It's so nice.
It's pretty,
this is like a birthday present.
This is the big leagues. This is a birthday. Happy early birthday, buddy.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks for everybody.
This is really nice. We're like 25 days away, or 24, 23?
Yeah, I don't.
Brandon, how are we sounding?
You guys sound good.
Ready for a clap?
Stand by and go ahead.
All right, welcome back to Little Talks. This is our second intro.
I was going to say, this is our second take.
Yeah, we did the first one. It was, I don't want to say it was gold, but it was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
And then our producer, who we were really giving a lot of credit to,
Thank
appropriately
God,
so,
thank God
too.
for Brandon Bergen.
He caught that we were having some mic trouble.
So we're going to give you the TLDR because there's about a 3-minute rant on a promotion of Brandon, but he has reimagined the podcast space. We have hanging lights from the ceiling.
Yep.
He has expressed interest in being the next bear of game day, where he is going to probably weigh in on digital trends.
Yeah.
He's probably shaking his head right now behind me.
Yeah, he is.
Can you confirm?
Yeah, I can confirm.
Brandon, can I get a thumbs up? Is my mic sounding better? It was my fault, guys.
Oh, what a sword to fall on.
What we were jumping into, there's a large agency topic in discussion this morning.
Yeah, okay.
And Roop, can you take the lead on this?
Yeah, okay. So we have a wall. We have a lot of walls at the agency, and we put things on every wall here, and sometimes stickers, which I'm very concerned about, by the way, for this next thing. So on the creative side of the agency, we used to have, when we had first remodeled about 5-6 years ago, we had a big saying there that said, "Do the next right thing." Did I get that right? I stare at it every day.
For 4 years of seeing that, you nailed it.
Yeah, I remembered that one. And it was in metal, and it was on there. It was really neat installation, to be honest. But I don't know that it really resonated with the agent, especially the modern agency.
It's a good thought, but with all the new, fresh people.
So I was leaving last night, and I had come around through the diner, and Brandon was in here getting the place set up for podcasting today. And as I'm leaving, I hear some clanging in there, and a guy sticks his head around the edge of the elevator hallway there and says, "Oh, hey, just taking this wall down." It was late. It's probably 6:45 or something. I was like, "Well, I don't know what's going on here. It's fine." And then as I was getting into my car, I thought, "Man, I wonder if they meant they were stealing things." Like, I don't know. I didn't know what was going on. I come in this morning, and
the wall is blank.
The wall is blank. The wood planks are gone. The metal "Do the next right thing" is missing. The bell's still there, but everything else is blank. I noticed it, and I asked Sarah Kettner, "Hey, what's going on with the wall over here?" And she goes, "Well, no one knows. It's a secret. Only Sam knows." That's right. I got so worried.
And by the way, that is such an interesting intuition. And the whole agency is worried. They're like, they don't know what crazy old Sam's doing.
We don't know what Sam's doing over there.
By the way, our picture today for podcast is for sure next to that wall.
You think?
We need to show everyone the blank space.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
And by the way, it's a blank canvas. Shout out to Clean Hands Army. They are going to come up here. They're going to finish priming tonight. And this weekend, when we walk in on Monday, we are going to have a new wall. And it is pretty amazing.
Okay. And
I had a dream about it, and I literally woke up and I called this guy, and I was like, "I need you to meet me at the agency." And he did. Justin Bainey. He's amazing.
Okay. And so it's Monday. We're going to see it.
Monday should be the great reveal.
Do you want to know what I thought it was going to be? Well, it might still be. Do you want me to guess?
Taylor Bartley had a great idea.
Okay.
Not to spoil anything, but I'm spoiling something. We're doing an agency guess where everyone's going to stand in front of the wall and say, "Hey, what is Sam's crazy idea?" Roop, what's my crazy idea?
I think you're going to take the remainder of your LFG stickers and just make a collage on that wall. That's what I thought.
I think I need like 10,000.
Or one giant LFG. The stickers that are everywhere.
You might be onto something. You might not. I don't know.
We'll see on Monday. Oh God, I'm worried.
We have, in addition to this, again, why are you worried? I'm not going rogue. I kind of am going rogue.
You are going rogue.
So, in addition to this, we've got Sean from Ditch Witch, and he's literally right across. I'm pointing here at Spark with the whole team. We are in final prep for Con Expo. Every 3 years in Las Vegas is Ditch Witch's biggest trade show. It's massive, like hundreds of thousands of people go to this. It's in the Las Vegas Convention Center. It's inside, it's outside. We are putting on, Roop, quite frankly, an amazing meta virtual reality experience.
Yeah, this thing is crazy. And you got to try it. Yes, did I see you trying it yesterday?
I've tried it multiple times, so I'm just kind of fine-tuning because I will be at the booth. I'll be manning the booth. They're trusting me with technology. Wild.
I think we can tell people what.
We can tell people.
Yeah.
It's been officially launched by Ditch Witch.
Yeah, I mean, there's an article up on the site. You can read about it and everything.
So we have gamified one of their most popular products at trade shows, which is called the Super Witch. It is a tricked-out trencher.
Think, Bigfoot that runs over cars at monster truck shows? It's
Super
basically
Witch.
The monster truck of trenchers.
So you get into this meta experience. By the way, there's 2 experiences. So the gamified version is you get into an arena-style, monster truck-style setting, and you grab the wheel and you grab the throttle and you have to collect as many coins as you can.
Driving the Super
You're driving
Witch.
the Super Witch.
Which-
you can wheelie on the Super Witch. It's bonkers.
It really is crazy. And what's extra cool about this is that I've been told one person, maybe three, but for the life of the actual Super Witch, no one's ever gotten to ride it or drive it except for like one guy and maybe
Don
his
Pemberton.
son or something.
And then there was someone before that. Well, they talked about his son coming
Taking
because
over.
Don's retiring. Yeah,
right?
There's
so
this
like,
whole.
there's like nobody's ever really ridden this thing or gotten to even sit on it.
No.
Although I did once about 10 years ago. Don't tell anyone.
I saw that picture recently.
I know.
May or may not be in the staff meeting today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
It's pretty cool.
So that's kind of the thing is you can now ride the Super Witch. You can do wheelies in it. You can feel the roar. You can collect these coins. It's actually really fun. And that's just one of the two VR experiences in the
and
metaverse.
the other experience, which I won't get into too much detail, but it basically allows you to be in a true meta environment. And space age, there's this really cool welcoming, and you are exploring different product that Ditch Witch, Trincor, American Augers, etc. offers. You get to see there's a training component to it. That is
also very cool.
Very, very cool. I mean, we did a JT40, which was a big product launch for Ditch Witch years ago. I think it was 2017 Con Expo because I was there.
Yep.
It was the talk of the show. It was amazing. And just to see the quote-unquote upgrade from 2017 to 2023, it is wild.
Yeah, I agree.
So we're in Brock and Rocco are in Vegas for all of next week. I'm there Tuesday through Friday, so it's a busy week with the client, but we're looking forward to it. March Madness starts next week. That's a pretty cool experience being in Vegas. So it should be a great show, and we're excited to be there.
Yeah, the VR. I mean, we've talked about metaverse forever, and here's a good example of a client utilizing it to its fullest and taking product where product isn't really going to fit in some cases because these machines are huge.
And that's a great point, and actually, it's a very good point. Sometimes the shipping for a large piece of $1 million Trincor equipment is hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Just to get it from Ohio to Las Vegas. It's nuts.
And something like Super Witch, which they don't take to every show.
No.
Because of the size of it and what's required to kind of run it and do it, it's loud. Indoor, outdoor. This kind of allows them to not just take the Super Witch experience to anywhere they want. It allows people to actually enjoy it, which I think is really cool. I think they're giving away are there shirts they're doing?
Their shirts.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like if you're in Vegas next week and not there for Con Expo, it's still worth kind of checking this out because it's pretty cool.
No, it really is. So we'll report back. We are podcasting next week right before I jump on a flight to Vegas. So we'll chat then, kind of final details.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this wall.
We will talk about the wall.
I'm sure I will love it.
I think you really are gonna love it.
Okay, I'm close with the stickers, ain't I?
No.
Okay, good.
Not at all.
Now I will. Yeah.
Kind of.
I'm not. Oh boy.
Maybe.
I'm not anti-sticker. Let's not get into it. Okay.
By the way, if you're looking at the video, the sticker is literally on this table.
I think we used it as the icon of a podcast or two back.
Okay, so Roop, I'm going to start us off with topic one as we dive into digital trends.
Yeah, and these are not digital. Again, these are not digital trends from Little Bits. But if you got Little Bits and you're like, hey, this wasn't on there, that's okay. You want to listen to the podcast now more than ever because A, it's produced by Brandon Bergen and greater than it's ever been, and
100%.
Two, we're covering topics that you're not going to have to wait a month to see. So these are ones from recent. These are in the last few days.
Yeah, and I do. We actually had a text-in request that I meant to tell you about. John Mosh, Chelsea Clement's father, had a question.
Okay.
That's pretty good, and I think we should cover that next week before I go to Vegas. So, John, when you're listening to this, we're not putting you off. Kind of are, but we're going to put you off to next week because it's actually a very pertinent and smart question.
Okay,
so,
I want to hit that, and while we're talking about him, it may be time to bring Chelsea back. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
We should probably check in with her.
Due. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we bring her on. Actually, you know what? She should be the guest next week.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll cram her into this,
we're going to work that out.
It'd be great for John to hear his daughter's perspective on his question.
On this question.
Yeah, and she'll know the answer. So lovely.
That makes sense.
Roop, you're a genius. Yeah. Topic number one, from The Hustle, right? Everyone subscribes to The Hustle here at the agency. If you do not, I would highly recommend it. It's just a quick daily email in your inbox.
Nice way to start the morning.
Nice way to start the morning. And hey, here's everything that's going on in the world of marketing and the world of business. It's very informative. So I like the tie-in that you did here, Roop, to help streamline operations for Chili's. Baby back ribs.
Baby back ribs,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
1,100 locations and 60,000 workers. The CEO has ended an unnecessary shrimp bagging process that will save the company $6 million a year. 6 million big ones.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cash.
Yeah.
He also ended the practice of serving fries in baskets, saving employees from washing 40 million baskets a year.
Yeah,
Okay? That's time.
This time is probably money
Time
and
and
water
money.
and soap
Absolutely.
and baskets.
So you're sitting there, and I just read through that, and you're like, what in the world does this have to do with marketing?
Yeah, you probably thought, why
are we talking about
why did Roop
operations?
add this?
But it's really, really good. And it's in the sense of, here's our take, right? So how many processes like this for your B2B business, right, go into years of unnecessary waste, time, money, both, combination. They both
just
hand in
because
glove.
that's the way it's always been done. And, you just think about it and it just moves on.
And, we challenge you to think whether it's operational things as something like shrimp or baskets, machinery, et cetera, thinking of your factory layout. But then we also are tying this into the sense of your CRM and the amount of efficiencies that can be created that really do save time and ultimately make you more money.
More money, yeah. And we have clients that are actively engaged in this
Yes.
right now. And,
Yes.
we talk about it all the time. Everyone knows we're HubSpot partners, but that's a really good way to kind of rethink some of your processes. And so we have clients right now that are looking at things they're doing and processes they have accrued over the years and saying, hey, you know what? There's some duplicity here. We could get rid of this and save some money. We could make this process faster. There's a person here that every day their job is 2 hours of logging or doing this thing. If we could automate that frees them up.
And then their time is spent better elsewhere.
So it's
right?
kind of nice to just kind of stop and do a process audit. And I'm challenging myself. I have a lot of challenges this year, but one of my challenges this year is to start rethinking and reimagining, as we say at the agency, processes and how we're doing things and where could they be more efficient. So what's a better spend of the time versus the value you get back out of it?
Well, we've had this conversation a lot lately internally here at the agency, and I won't name names on the clients, but some active listeners of ours, you know who you are. There is a major opportunity in the months to come, and our client sees the value in this, and we have seen the value in this. And what you're setting out to do, you, Roop, specifically, and your team, I mean, there are a lot of, to this point, efficiencies that are about to happen. And I think there is some, I'm going to call it magic. It is going to be freaking sweet once you nail this down in the months to come. And you've got the green light.
Clients and us, we're all looking at our, it's a good time to just kind of relook at what you do and how you do it.
Yeah,
so.
no, it's a good reminder, and I really like this tie. And also, too, you think about it operationally, which that is none of our business as marketers, but we always look at, from our agency, when we work with you as a client, you have hired us because you have a challenge, and we are going to help you find a solution in the world of marketing. But our team does think differently. It does think differently in the sense of how can we help our clients do great work and ultimately make more money.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. That's why my dad started this agency 43 years ago.
Yep. He was here yesterday.
Got
to see Big D a little bit.
He had a martini shirt on.
It was a Tommy Bahama.
A Tommy Bahama button down, and the left pocket had a little martini glass.
And he's wearing shorts too, wasn't he?
No, he was not because it was a little chillier yesterday.
Oh, it was chilly.
Everyone was very disappointed he wasn't in shorts. So
he's been in shorts before.
Shout out to David Littlefield.
Yeah.
It's always nice having him up
good.
here. He's actually come back up here tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so you can see him.
Good.
Hey, take us to this next trend. I like this.
Okay, so the second one here was...
very relevant, too.
Yeah. During an internal presentation, Meta's vice president for virtual reality, Mark Rabkin, if I'm saying that right, told staff that Meta had sold 20 million Quest headsets. That's the VR headset they sell. I have one of those. We have two or three of them here, right?
I think we have. I'm looking at 6 right there. But
6, right? Yeah.
Ditch Witch.
For comparison, the Nintendo GameCube had only sold 21 million consoles ever. So the Quest is up there with the Nintendo GameCube, which in its day was really... Yeah, big deal.
Yeah.
I knew someone was going to ask this, so I'm just going to provide the numbers. Where does it compare to the big boys? Well, the original PlayStation sold 102.5 million units.
Yeah.
The Wii, remember the old Wii?
Oh,
the
dude,
virtual,
you
play tennis and bowling.
Tennis, golf, yeah.
101.6 million. PlayStation 3, I had one of these, sold 87.4 million, and the Xbox 360 sold 84 million. So those are all big numbers. But if you think about how long it's been out and that it's different than a gaming console, it's a lot of different things. A gaming console is one of those. But like the experience of putting on the Meta, going to the metaverse, putting on the headset and the VR is, I think there's still a lot of people are still unsure of what it's going to look like or what it's going to be. But I did not expect those kinds of numbers.
And
so our take on this was, it's here now. Like, it's coming. Is it going to work? Is it, Facebook's all in on it. Is it really going to be a thing? I'd say, yeah. I mean, for our clients it is, but it's a good time now to start thinking about where your brand fits in the metaverse and what your strategy is to be engaged there.
I read it's a good point. It's a great point. I read an article the other day, this right here, right? Human to human, we're a foot from each other, fist pound. That's great, right? Like you can't beat face to face. But then I look at, and we're calling this phase 2 for Ditch Witch after we launched this at Con Expo, is a lot of B2B manufacturers, there's a national and there's an international component, right? And for them to ship a piece of equipment that it costs $250,000 to ship and someone may or may not actually buy it, right? You can jump into the metaverse with someone in Germany and you're sitting here in Tulsa and you've got the product and its real size and all of its glory and you can talk through key things and I'm looking at you and you're looking at me.
You both have avatars in there and you're walking around.
I can hear your voice. You can hear my voice.
Yeah.
Well, you pick your avatar and you have a quote-unquote face-to-face meeting because it is hard to get from Tulsa to Germany and it's expensive.
Yeah.
But you can do that, have those conversations, and then get the information that you need for your customer. And if they're ready to, and at that point, right, they're not just jumping into Meta, well, maybe for fun.
Yeah.
But also part of it is like, hey, they're seriously considering your product.
Yeah, and I we've talked a lot about Meta on the podcast.
Saves a lot of time to your first point.
I think that it's the promise of what it's going to be is starting to happen. I still think the technology is in its, I don't want to say infancy, but I still think we haven't evolved to the final stage yet, right?
We're just in the beginning.
It is still a big, bulky headset, and I can wear it about 30 minutes until my head
starts to hurt. Yeah, little weight on your head. It's a lot.
That's going to get better in time. We'll go eventually look at these headsets the same way we look at VCRs now.
Yes, absolutely. So, and think about the original. You brought this up yesterday. The original flat screen TV, massive, and super expensive.
Yeah,
$5,000 for a big old thing,
and now you can't give them away.
Literally.
Literally. So funny. Yeah, I mean, it's happening. There, it's going to be it's real, and 20 million sold in 2 years puts it on pace to be right there with the big boys of video gaming, and it's not even just a video game.
Well, especially with this younger generation too coming up. There's something to it. I failed to mention earlier, Roop celebrated his 11th work anniversary on Sunday, technically.
I was working too on Sunday.
And he was working at Wildflower Cafe having a mimosa.
That's true.
So Roop, happy 11.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
So thankful for everything you do here.
On to a second decade.
That's exactly right, man. That is exactly right. So I have a 10 o'clock call. We started a little bit late this morning because of another call. It's 9:58.
8:58. Yeah, we really run a tight schedule here.
We run a tight schedule. Brandon, thank you very much. I hope the sound quality is good.
Yeah.
And we love the new setup, and we are very thankful, and we are so excited for your insights in the months and years to come.
Yeah, and we'll see what we can do about Chelsea next week.
Yes, so stay tuned. John Mosh has a great point, and I will note that to you here shortly, and we will see you all. Have a wonderful Wednesday.
Adios.
Bye-bye.